I threw some other invites out. Those guys come in and cool. Not, it is what it is. But yo, Val and Stoney, what's going on, guys? How you feeling?
I'm pretty
Doing
good.
good,
Pretty
man.
good.
How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. I just want to talk about this chapter. I don't know if you guys see my reaction to it or not, but I was thoroughly amused because
I didn't get to peep that. No, I saw the other
if
two.
anybody knows one thing about me is I just love Power Rangers, bro.
Yeah, I figured that you like because you love Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah. I think I even mentioned to you in my live reaction. I was like, Soul's gonna love this.
But you know what I'm really hyped about?
What?
When he said the line that he like trying to get Frankie or Usopp to like redesign it.
Yeah.
I was like, to come apart from the rest of the Vince, that shit might look so fucking dope. Cause like when I looked, I was like, he remind me like of the other brothers, so I was like, eh.
Dude, I want when Usopp and Frankie to be done with it. I want the whole full.
Cause he might get just like extra shit, like they stack
everything
on top of it. That shit might be dope.
Dude, if Frankie's involved, he's gonna get like a rocket launcher. Like,
yeah, cause you seen Frankie face when he's saying that transformation.
Dude, yeah. Oh my god!
Like Frankie about to try to make everybody one. Everybody gonna have a race in the series.
No, he's gonna put a raid suit on the
or Usopp.
Watch.
I wonder what Frankie's gonna do because Oda. I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it's important or not. But I wonder if Frankie's gonna do something with his mask, like give him like a new one, like a whole like eye beams and shit. I don't know.
Eye beams
out the glasses.
Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Was that Sanji get a radical beam? That'd be cool.
Dude,
no, he can't get eye beams.
Like kicking one.
No. Whoa! He can't get eye beams. That's way too close to Galaxy Wink or whatever it is.
That is perfect.
It's a guarantee. He know that too. You telling me that whole time he didn't learn Galaxy Wink? Come on.
I really
it's gonna be one fight that Sanji just gonna wink and sun's gonna explode and everybody's gonna freak out.
Well, that's funny. What I've been saying, people the raids is still, but people don't understand when Sanji really hits that limit. That one thing he's gonna do is the one thing he don't want to do, and that's bust out some new comic info.
Yeah, I'm saying he can't spend all that time just learning recipes that he hasn't fucking used yet. Like he's gotta. He gotta have something more tangible than walking on the air. And I know walking on the air is nice, but it's by no means unique at all. Like
no.
Like when Zoro came back, we knew he was gonna show out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when he starts cutting mountain-sized people in half and quartering them and playing that little game you used to play on your calculator when you didn't want to do work in math class.
But then before Valen, to that point, we actually post time skip. Like you said, not even really with Zoro, really with Luffy, but at least more with Zoro. This isn't a product of something Sanji's learned. This is a race, you know what I'm saying? So we haven't seen the fruits of Sanji's training post time skip yet at all. This race suit isn't that at all. This race suit is something entirely.
Also, I like that
definitely gonna be deadly.
I think it's dope as hell that the raid suits are known. Oh, that's the number 3 that does this. That means they've been using it before.
I understand that now. I was confused about that. I was like, bro, how the hell does everybody know this? But then
I didn't know they had a comic strip. I was like, then I think about that's right. Then I think about, I was like, all right.
Yeah, it was.
That's where you learn about Sora and shit like that. Like, who people think.
The thing is, though, that means any pirate or marine or whatever from the North Blue, they can be like, bro, that's fucking like fucking stuff play. Yeah, it's gonna be dope seeing that.
Yeah, but remember he might change the design, so they might say it's similar, and they'd be confused. You know what I mean? But then again, they still know he's a Vinsmoke.
Well, I feel like he said he was gonna give it to Usopp, I don't think they were gonna necessarily. I mean, of course, by proxy, it's gonna change how it looks, but I don't think their intention is to change how it looks. Just add more.
Y'all want to keep the cape?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I want them to get.
Like, what you want something different on the cape though? Like instead of 3, y'all want something else?
Keep the 3.
Or like a straw hat.
I hope the 3 is yellow.
I don't want anything to be. I know it's going to be, but I don't want it to be yellow just because all the haters on there. It was like the whole suit's going to be yellow. When I was like, it's probably. I want it to be a black.
More than likely,
I'm glad it's not all yellow.
More than likely, we'll have like his scarf, mask, cape. That stuff's probably yellow. More than likely.
Yeah. But I'm glad it's like black and not all yellow.
I'm saying
black like Sanji though. So.
I know that everybody who wanted the
because black it sounds like it'd be cooler.
Wait, what?
Look at Tiny Valen real quick.
Oh,
Bro, yeah, but this suit isn't a product of Sanji's training, so we haven't seen that yet. I'm still waiting for Sanji to bust out this new Kama Kenpo. I mean, we know he's gonna do it, dude. I just can't wait because he's not gonna want to do it. Sanji's not gonna want to do no fucking new Kama Kenpo.
So does that make Judge a good dad?
No,
Kinda. He knew his son was gonna like the invisible suit. Yeah.
No, because the way it's introduced about this, you got to understand, this comic strip isn't a new thing. It's an old thing.
Yeah, it's an old story.
True.
So this has existed before. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with their appreciation or desire.
Well, from my understanding, I'm totally wrong on this. From my understanding, like it was like a story. Whether or not it was true or not isn't the point. But is that Judge, took inspiration from the story and then modeled the raid suits after it, right?
My understanding.
That's what I was thinking.
Now this is just my understanding, so like it's whatever. But is that it's actually a telling of the Germa's battles because the Germa used to be huge, and it's their battle with the Marines.
So does that mean it was somebody before in Stealth Black Man?
Yeah, I believe like Sora's real, and if it's not a character of Garp, then maybe it's like Garp's like dad or some shit like that. But I believe Sora's real, and he did fight on the seas and do all that shit.
And so what you're saying, yeah, and then Sanji is basically like Judge's predecessors, basically.
Yeah,
ancestors or whatever were the ones who had this battle. But then that could have all been like that could have not been their suits. I don't think the raid suits exist. That could have all been like devil fruits or something. The reason why they could do what they could do.
Well, they've always been a scientific thing. Like they used to have robots that would fight Sora and shit like that. And then Sora would call on the fucking seagull that his friend, and they would fight the robots with his power of his seagull friendship.
That sounds like Sengoku.
It's fucking ridiculous. It really does, but it could be Sengoku. The age would line up because he's like so much older than Garp.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially let's say with like the whole seagull thing.
Yeah. I didn't click on that because lately we've seen him with that big gorilla he rolls around with.
Eat those fucking crackers and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Stoney.
Yeah.
So there were some things you didn't like about the chapter. You said
the whole Big Mom thing.
Yeah, that's trash.
That's real irritating. Like it's supposed to be a Yonko, right? And like when Yonkos are first brought up in the story, we're told like these are the top bad motherfuckers. Like these motherfuckers you don't want to piss off.
Yeah.
And then like Big Mom, Luffy's done nothing but piss off since Fishman Island. And then I don't know, just the whole Cake Island. I was like, man, why do you keep just doing stuff to her like that? Now she got amnesia. Now she don't know who she is. I'm like, I just want her to get her memory back. She remembers like Mother Caramel and stuff, Enos little kids, and see how that affects her personality.
Let me play devil's advocate here, like extending Alice Branch, because I get where you're coming from, right? But I get where everybody's coming from with this whole Yonko thing, especially even with Kaido or whatever. But the way I rationalize this is that essentially up until this point, we've seen the Yonko like any regular citizen would see any pirate, which means all we know about them is what we heard about them, right? But think about what Luffy is actually like, and think about based off just his stories, what the world thinks Luffy is like. You see what I'm saying? So when we get introduced to these Yonko, and we stop seeing legends and we start seeing the person.
I see it from that viewpoint, but still, like so much has happened to. I was like, come on. Like at some point, I thought like when she was going there to going to Wano, and I was like, oh, maybe they own their shit. But then when I seen her fall into the water, I was like, come on, Big Mom. I thought like they'd be real prepared because you would think that they'll know what Kaido crew has and how they would be able to get taken out. Like you think that she would prepare for stuff like that, or have like one of her commanders prepare for shit like that, and I just like swoop in and shit on everybody.
Well, hold on. We'll get to that. Yo, Valen, what's up?
I had a devil's advocate post earlier on Twitter, and just to see it differently, I see Mom as a tactical nuke in a suitcase right now. Like she doesn't know she's a tactical nuke; she thinks she's a suitcase. But when fucking one of her crew comes along who can manipulate memory and tell her exactly what she needs to be doing, remind her and click her in that moment, and shit, maybe even make her hungry, then in the middle of Wano, she's wrecking that whole fucking place. Period.
Well, here's my thing with that. You're 100% right with that, and that's what I was talking about. How sometimes we're so used to the legend of Yonko, we're seeing the person, and we might be disappointed about what we see. But outside of personality, her quirkiness, as far as the legend of Big Mom goes, like I think she lived up to that entirely. Like you said, she's a fucking tactical nuke, dude. Even through a whole cake, that didn't really happen to her. Like she was unstoppable, fearsomely, terrifyingly unstoppable.
She was an absolute force of nature. She was like a 5-alarm hurricane following you. You know what I mean? Like that wanted to fuck you up. Like
she was fearsomely, terrifyingly and stuff. You can not like the chase or whatever, but look at what's happening. Look at what she's doing. Tidal waves and shit.
Like she
nukes and like. Oh my
remember,
God.
she didn't know that wasn't. She didn't turn the wave into it. The wave was candy that she turned.
Yeah, from Peril Sparrow.
Yeah.
Like candy something's like slug or some shit. He said.
Yeah, everybody went bananas when that happened. Even me, when I first saw that, I was like, "Wait the fuck up here!" One thing.
Yeah, when I seen that face, I was like, "This big bitch can't control water, can she?" I was like, "Come on, no."
That's what I thought. That is with her ability. I'm assuming as long as it's localized, I don't see why she wouldn't be able to throw her soul into a pool of water.
It's because the sea water type thing, like. I think that was my.
But it's not like you can't use your devil fruit. It's just weaker, right? Because Luffy did fight Hordy underwater.
And on top of that,
it would just like weaken the fruit, but you should still be able to. I don't know. It's confusing.
Well, the thing is, Luffy has a passive devil fruit, so his body's rubber. Period.
Regardless.
You know what I mean? That's why.
So we have to find another example of somebody using a fruit underwater. Who's the other fishman nigga that used a fruit underwater? The nigga that threw shit. Drinking.
Oh, I know who the fuck you're talking about. Fuck that dude.
That dude.
He was in a bubble.
Didn't he use his fruit?
No, he was in a bubble the whole time.
He definitely stayed in a bubble to use his fruit.
But no, but
if he left the bubble, he would lose the mark he had on Shirahoshi.
I get what you're saying, Stoney, but look at it. Like Luffy is like I said, his devil fruit is passive. He can't turn it off or on. He's always rubber. Somebody like Kuzan has to turn into ice. You know what I mean? Like or somebody like Buggies is passive too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Buggies passive because that nigga just get cut whenever.
Yeah, like because we saw that when Mihawk was about to murder him, like, and he was like, "Oh, I'm fucking dead." Oh wait, shit, I'm alive. And even Mihawk was like, "Wait, shit, he's alive."
Yeah, some people have passive devil fruits.
That's crazy. Mihawk cutting up niggas like that in real life,
right?
So like. But then again, that also surprise. It depends. Like I say, Luffy, his devil fruit being passive is really good because, like in All on Bulk, take his head, stretch it out the water. Cool, Luffy won't drown. That won't really apply to a lot of devil fruit eaters, even if they have passive abilities. You know what I mean? I mean, with Buggy, cut his head off and take it above.
Bring it to the top. Like, yeah, then you can.
If he was theoretically stuck, you see what I'm saying? You would cut his head off, but like that wouldn't apply to everybody.
Wait, where was the magnetic center? Was the magnetic center his torso or was it his head?
It was his torso, I believe.
All right.
Wait, the thing that everything comes to.
Yeah, the magnetic center, the one that. Yeah.
No. His head. Everything comes to his head, I think. Because I remember seeing him with just his head, his arms, and legs. You know,
yeah, because fucking whatchamacallit stole his torso for a while. I remember that.
I think it's his head. But that doesn't matter here nor there. As far as this,
Buggies everywhere.
Valen, we was talking about something earlier. You think this suit, of course, more speed equals more impact, kinetic force, etc. Yeah. But do you think the suit itself has like muscle amplification? Do you think it makes Sanji like any much stronger, or is it just he's hitting harder because he's moving faster because of the thrusters? Like let's say theoretically Sanji was.
I'm gonna say all right. If to break it down to like 100% margins. If it's like, I would say it's like 80% speed boost with a 20% strength boost. Yes, the strength boost is there, but it's more along the lines of keeping his endurance up. You know what I mean, and keeping his body strong and defense, as opposed to just raw like physical strength output. Because this is obviously a stealth thing. You're not going to be, if you're a stealth fighter, the idea is you should never be in a situation where you have to strength your way out of it. You know what I mean? Granted, it happens and then you die, but the idea is you shouldn't be in that situation if you're a professional and you're like that level.
People are wondering about the effectiveness with observation hacking. Like they just saw that one panel in a chapter where page one kind of sensed Sanji's presence, but then looked over and didn't see anything, and they got kicked anyway. People are wondering about I'm assuming that was observation hacking. People wondering about the effectiveness of the raid, so it turns you invisible. Same thing to Shiryu. It turns you invisible, but I can still sense you. But it's not like you're getting definitive shape. or definitive movement or definitive vision. Like you can't see what you can't see. So in today's chapter, you saw how page 1, he after Sanji was about to attack him, page 1 had that panel where he looked down.
Yeah, he peeked him.
Nothing was there. He was like, there's something right there, and then Sanji kicked him in. So even if you could kind of feel where he is, you have no definitive idea of exactly where he is and what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, part of me wants that to be because I just think it would be cool. Like part of me wants observation because we've seen devil fruits that amplify hockey, even if the user doesn't know they're using hockey. You know what I mean? So if you know you're using it, then possibly blah 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 blah. But I want the spine to do something, like have some sort of like pickup effect, like sensory effect, like it can pick up vibrations in the air.
Oh, like how sharks are underwater.
Yeah.
Like with electric. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Like his ancient zone had that type of sub ability.
Because right now, like, don't get me wrong, like she bit a building in half, and yes, I'm saying she until proven otherwise. Maybe she just got her titties out. Maybe she gets a lot shorter and they're kept in the thing. We don't know yet.
Okay, all right.
but or maybe I'm just gonna be super PC and call it she anyway. Boom. Anyway, sorry, I've been smoking. Yeah, no, you're right there, dude. Right? We all. I'm glad I got this window here because I didn't expect him to be running in this much. I had to put it out. What are you doing, man? Oh, all right.
Because King's he has an ancient zone. It has like a sub fire effect. You know what I mean? So do you think like Drake and Page 1 have one? Because it's like confusing. Because like dinosaurs, I don't know if they were shooting fire back then. I never seen Land Before Time telling me that. It's kind of confusing.
Like Petrie was not this badass.
I don't know where the fuck that fire on King comes
from.
Now see, this is my
like Petrie, he would have been way more useful back then with a little foot.
Actually, the second I saw King and everybody was like, "Oh, he's got some kind of bird devil fruit, some kind of bird devil fruit." I was like, maybe he's just a Tengu. Like
I wanted King
the same wings as Tengu Senor Banana Sword. I said it in my thing.
Dude, I mean, if it was me, I wanted King to have a human no me model Satan.
Model Satan.
That would have been That's what I wanted him to have. Because you know,
I always think about a fruit like that. I was like, is it a fruit like that? I was like, I just wanted to see the Satan fruit. I was like, God damn, that dude looks evil.
Well, it would be
a nice dude.
Because the reason why I had that dark is because Sengoku he's a human and Buddha. So I was like, bro,
yeah. So you thought it'd be other one? Yeah.
There's gotta be an opposite end of that, like Ashura or some shit, whatever the fucking religion, Buddhist opposite of Buddha, like whoever Buddha doesn't fight.
But like I say, so as far as this the effectiveness of turning invisible, people are wondering, is it even going to do anything? But I think we saw Oda showed us in this chapter exactly why this would be. Take Sanji's speed and then take the fact that you no longer can visually
so
see
even
him.
if you can't sense him, it's going to be hard for you to pinpoint him exactly as to how fast he moves, and he's invisible on top of that, and he has observation hockey too on top of that. So he knows what you're gonna do before you do it. So it makes him even more deadly.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was a small
deadly
flex, but observation, Sanji on Katakuri was looking pretty clean. It was a small flex, but I mean, observation.
When Katakuri was like, "What the fuck? I missed." Like that's when you kind of were like, "Okay, Sanji, I see you. A little bit. All right."
Well, even other things
that kind of looks so smooth when you see him move out the way.
Right?
Like, just damn, he dodged like
other things. People don't understand. Like in Dressrosa, Sanji was like on the other side of the country when Doflamingo showed up at the ship, and Sanji's like, "What is that like, Nami?" And he just, I'm like, "Damn, bro, what kind of observation is that?" So Sanji ain't no observation, bro. Same thing with Tashiki and Virgil. You know what I mean?
Comes to ladies, his observations beyond Katakuri. Let's just be honest. All right, when it comes to ladies, he's like, "There she is."
Oh yeah, if it's a woman involved, his hockey becomes godly. He just senses everything. I was like, God damn. If it's a girl crying, I was like, really, nigga? A woman crying, you sense that? I was like, Jesus.
That's shit. But like, no. But damn, man. Like as far as this big mom thing goes, I'm with it. I'm with it for right now, right? Like I'm just gonna see. Gotta see how it pans out. You never know. It might be the most amazing shit ever. How you guys feel about the situation Robin in? She about to get gang banged or what?
Oh yeah, man, when I seen all those niggas swarm up on her, I was like, oh shit. I was like, come on, let that be a clone. For the love of God, let that be a clone. Come on, don't gang bang my girl.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I really hope she low-key did have some kind of new technique where she could make clones and stuff.
She does.
Or I really low-key hope Robin could do the reverse of her fruit. Instead of sprouting her limbs out of things, she can recede herself into the ground, kind of. Or whatever.
Kind of travel through that. I see what you're saying.
But disappearing like Zetsu from Naruto.
Yeah,
how he was playing edge, but he that. Yeah, that'd be cool. She can do that.
But no, she's known to have a clone. She can do the doppelganger.
If it comes down to these niggas say let's fight, I mean, Robin gonna clutch 4 or 5 of them before they get her.
Now you see that nigga on that fucking well or whatever. That nigga he ready. He about that life. He about to summon out a giant
person. There is about that life. There's a dude clinging from the ceiling, ready to fuck it up.
They all look like they ready.
That's a big one too. That's like an Akamichi using fucking wall walking upside down and shit. That's coming for you. But no, they had Naruto in there. They had.
Hey, let me go back to that panel because it had so many dudes.
Yeah. Tell Stoney, you saw Naruto, right?
I'm about to look now. I'm about to look through them again. Because when I seen them all go, I was like, I started counting. I was like 1, 2. I was like, it's a lot of these niggas in the room. Like Robin, do you not sense these niggas?
Right. What do you guys think is happening to Robin?
I think she's gonna get out of it. She's the second strongest Straw Hat, in my opinion.
The second?
Nami, smartest.
Oh.
Smartest. Nami is the smartest. She's the smartest person.
I thought you said.
I might have said
the smartest yet. Not.
I might have said it and fucked up, but I meant smart.
It depends on Chopper too, because his devil fruit, only thing he has to do is really study, understand, and he could be really smart too.
Chopper is the smartest person.
That's really what it comes down to. When Chopper
Chopper studied a lot of shit, that nigga he on some mad science type of shit if he wanted to.
Bro, listen. The only reason why Chopper is a doctor is because Hiriluk found him. If Vegapunk would have found Chopper, he'd have been making the greatest weapons on the planet, bro. This dude is a literal reindeer, and at the age of it was 7.
Yeah.
He's learning advanced medicine. Niggas take their whole life to do that. Chopper's a genius. He's the smartest person on the planet.
Not yet, but he will be. According to Oda, it's Ben Beckman.
His devil fruit gave him the sheer capacity to just understand shit.
Yeah, that's the fucking depth of it. He has and he not even potential. He is going to be the smartest being on the entire planet.
Oh, yeah.
But he's only what?
It's just he's so stupid
now.
He
just lacks experience.
So stupid. An idiot, but he's so smart though.
And he got Kung Fu Point now, where he turns into Sammo Hung. That's my shit.
Hello.
Oh hey, Flory, we can hear you now.
What's going on, Flory?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I could hear you. I don't think you guys can hear me.
We can now.
All right. Yo, this chapter, my bad, but this chapter was fucking wild.
Yo, Florian. I was about to ask you, but what your thoughts on the chapter?
All right, yeah, man. All right. So everything up until the Big Mom part. No, not even the Big Mom part. Everything up to that last panel when it's just the who am I part. That's the only thing I wasn't rocking with completely. But Sanji, A1, the ninjas. I like that he introduced these cats because now the Straw Hats have some people to fight because it was a lack of opponents on the other side. We only saw really King, Queen, Jack. Who else? You got
feasible opponents, not opponents in general. Fair enough.
Yeah, but
well, I would say to that. The problem I would say to that is Oda didn't do a good job, and I don't mean to interrupt, but Oda didn't do a good job of showing us the threat of Kaido's crew at the start of Wano because he kept having them run into Luffy. And I'm like, nobody.
Yeah, if they run to Luffy, more than likely, they on the ground.
All these niggas are fighting Luffy, and it was cool. Luffy's are one shot left and right, left and right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, forgetting their names. Lion Belly, Fat Zero.
He Batman.
Batman.
Horse Girl. The
It's
My
like
Little
it was so
Pony?
many. They was running past. It's like Luffy gonna knock you out. Just leave the man alone. Let him do what he do.
He knocked
True.
a whole group of people out. Like one of the best scenes that demonstrates the true depth of Luffy's power in the time skip is actually in the fucking Fishman Island arc.
When
knocks
the
out
50,000 fishmen.
Yeah, when he just completely takes 5 steps, knocks out 15,000 people. That was one of the best displays.
When I
the
say
thing about that scene that got me, people need to go back. Before Luffy did that, he pushed Zoro and Sanji out.
And Sanji out there in this arc, and that shit, I was like, oh shit.
He's like, I got this. Don't even fucking worry.
Pushed Zoro and Sanji out his way. He was like,
And
yeah,
they both stopped and looked at him too. You see how they looked at him? I thought Sanji's cigarette's gonna fall out of his mouth.
Right?
I'm not gonna. That made me look at Luffy. That nigga was telling Zoro and saying, "Yeah, I'll get out my way."
Yeah, like
Everybody get the fuck out my way.
yeah.
Everybody get out of my way. I was like, damn, you by yourself? You go for it, nigga. Monkey.
Yeah,
D.
he went full ludicrous mode on that. Like,
I was like,
boom,
do the other 50. But then he had to get the rest of the crew time.
Bro, I never seen Luffy shove Zoro or Sanji out the way. Bro, I couldn't believe. I was like, what?
That's when it was about to get real. I saw that and I was like, wait, he has never done that. Like everything just falls into place. This is the first time he's had to be like, no, this is mine. Back up. You know what I mean? Like everything just falls into place.
My favorite part actually about that sequence was the fact that when Zoro said, "Oh, Luffy has King's Haki, he better has King's Haki," because he
right.
I couldn't let him be my captain if he didn't, and I took that because I'm a Zoro fanboy. I took that as Zoro has Haki confirmed because like
that's what I started thinking.
Nigga, I'm following better have Haki.
I think he got highly educated, like in a lot of shit by Mihawk, especially in like the realm of hockey, because that's all Zoro needed. Like Zoro, as far as training goes, is probably one of the best trained people in One Piece, as far as like doing it themselves. Like everybody else is like raised and trained and stuff, but he's sitting there.
Zoro, that nigga created his own style. And
exactly, like he's got like fucking 600-pound barbells in his mouth, and he's swinging.
I was like, that's some of the most outlandish shit. I was like, nigga, you got all that weight in your jaw. Just I was like, all right, Zoro, you do you.
Let's snap back to reality. That nigga Zoro lost to a little girl, man.
Everybody lost that.
Wait, what little girl?
That little girl was God Usopp, so that's fine. All praise him. God Usopp was along.
I swear to God, I just want to know what I love this one thing that doesn't get addressed by the end of One Piece. If Oda doesn't touch up on this whole why the hell does Tashigi look like Kuina thing,
man, like if they not related by some like distance or something, or like in the same type of family but like different branches, I'm gonna be fucking mad.
Be mad as hell. But shit. Florian, what you think about Robin and these ninjas, man? What you think gonna happen?
So I think Robin's gonna finesse her way out of this. I mean, that's what she does, Like I'm not.
What if Robin get her ass?
Robin.
I'm saying, like, what if Robin get her ass jumped?
If they do, okay, all right. This is not headcanon. But if they get jumped, she's gonna get captured. And
that's what
one
I'm
of the Straw Hats is gonna have to save her.
What if the next time we see Robin, she's on cell or some shit?
True. Yeah, then I want Zoro to come in that shit. Then just like take her out, like herself type of shit. But I doubt that. If they do, like I'm assuming Oda wants to just show off their powers real quick because they're all like crazy looking. Like the character designs on all of them, like they're good. I love them, but they're wacky as shit. Like for ninjas especially.
I think the best thing that could happen. One, Robin can't just clutch these guys and walk out there untouched, right? But two, we can't really do another rescue Robin like we already did it in this life. So I think the best thing Oda can do is have Robin like get away, but don't get away scot-free, like kind of show off the enemy's power by having her take some type of damage to some extent. Or because like people are throwing this out the window. I have no idea where this is coming from. People think these guys are going to become allies. I'm like, bro, they're clearly here to assassinate her.
No, they could. That's a given. Like this is his squad. We always seen Kaido's squad, but Orochi needs to have his guards, his like protectors, someone to like these squads. Like, all right. Also, something else I kind of want to ask. Like, how do you feel about the comparison between these ninjas and just Naruto's character designs? And
Two different.
Yeah, I know, but like in terms of ninjas, though, like Naruto don't look like ninjas.
Like from panel to panel, what they did is ninja than anything that's ever happened in Naruto. Like when Raku was in the room alone,
came out of nowhere,
and then like the next panel they were all there. But like as far as like Naruto aesthetically is aligned, like what I think, like ninja. Oda is such like when I saw Raizo, I was like, bro, Oda don't give a shit, bro. This is I was like, I mean, yeah, the nigga was doing ninjutsu and stuff, but I was like, bro, Oda, and this design, bro, I was like, Oda don't fucking. It's One Piece, man. What can I say?
I fuck with the ninjas.
When it comes to the ninjas, Oda just it's hilarious. I mean, some of them do look pretty damn cool though. But a good chunk of them, bro, these are like Looney Tune characters. But
true. But I heard somebody say something like comparing what's his name, the captain, to Enel because of his earlobes and that was similar.
I remember I said that in my reaction. I was like, they look like Inaru. I know I said that. That nigga look exactly like him. Did you see his ears? Yo, Plug, you coming in all weird. Yo, Stoney, can you hear him?
Hello?
I think it's Stoney. I can't hear you at all, for me.
Can you hear me? Hello?
It's like you're coming in, but it doesn't sound clear.
Let me see. Let me switch to my laptop because I'm on my phone right now.
Oh shit! Put on some headphones or something.
Let's see.
I'm trying to. I already know what they're doing. Fucking Captain and fucking Stoney. Probably busy with their kids or something. But let me just go through read the chat while I wait for them to come back. It's going to be gold. Gold? Why gold? It should be yellow. Sanji is the greatest. Go Power Rangers. Yeah. Flame was in the fucking chat. I sent him the invite. He will Soy become a real character? So I think he is. I think like it's all true. You know what I'm saying? Stable. Big Mom was stable. Thank you. So great point. What was the great point I made? My bad. I should look at these more often. I think it was what I was talking about, like how we know people as characters and know them as legends. Who just came back?
I did. I'm here. My son. My wife apparently left something with water on it a little too close on the counter, so I had to deal with that.
People need to stop putting Yonko on the pedestal. How you feel about that?
What the Yonko or the pedestal to judge everything by? That's not really fair.
You sure? I mean, because it
for pirates,
I think it gets to the point where people gotta understand that even though they're Yonko and they're powerful, they're still people. You know what I mean? For them to be not flawless, for them to be flawless,
damn,
would be.
So
what I'm saying is like what I'm saying is like
my mic was being trash.
Like Whitebeard was sick, right? Teach is a fucking lazy narcissist. Big Mom has a personality disorder. Kaido is a drunk. They all have something about them that's like.
Yeah, that's what I started to notice.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Mom love. It's not.
Hold up, Valen, I can't hear what you're saying. But yeah, they all got something about them, and when you see them less as legends and more as people, you understand that this is a character. Kind of like the same thing I was saying about Katakuri. People was like, they see him as ideals instead of characters.
Yeah, when they said that nigga don't lay down, I was like, so this nigga don't sleep now? He said his back has never touched the ground. I was like, this nigga, they were hyping him up crazy.
I know, I get what's happening. That a homie of mine sent me that. So he was asking me, what app is that? I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I just checked the check. That's hilarious. Oda has to stop using her as a plot device to become a character. Her story has to come full circle, and that was not addressed in the whole on. This is an opportunity to have her remember her distant past first. That can also be it. Now on fucking man. Queen of the Goat. Queen is the GOAT. Zoro got her ass whooped. That hurt. Robin will perform Kagebushin no Jutsu. Oh, Robin can clone herself. She can match him.
Yeah.
We mentioned that.
All right, Robin from the dip. She ain't taking an L. You never know, Sasuke, man. Like maybe she already has.
You would think that she send the clone there first and not send her actual body.
Robin would already be gone. Like, because I mean, honestly, I know that she could summon those clones fast as hell. Because she summoned one of those clones to stop Luffy and Jimmy from fighting each other, and they were already mid clash. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming she can sprout her clones as fast as she can sprout her limbs, and she caught Hakuba mid step. So that is Robin for the dip. She ain't taking the L. I'm boycotting for 2 weeks if she's bodied. How you going to boycott for 2 weeks? That's not a boycott. That's like a small break. Damn, my boy in the Matrix. Oh yeah, I don't know. So yeah, Florian. I don't know what the fuck's happening with Florian, but he coming back. But what we talking about? Yeah, Robin could already be gone, bro. Or she could just go like fucking 12 on 12, make some clones. I don't know.
No, she can only make one. Like it was specified. She can't just make a bunch of bodies.
Oh, what is she limited to one?
Yeah. Or at least that's what like we saw in when it was first introduced that she could do it.
Yeah, I just assumed she could do as many as she. Oh, maybe. How many limbs does it take for her to make one body?
I think it's the amount of control one body takes as opposed to controlling one limb, no matter the size.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, because what I know
she has to be careful with it because whatever the clones the limb feels, she feels. So she probably has to be careful about how many she uses.
Well, that too. Right. The reason why I asked how many limbs take to make a clone because like if you look at her Jikanso Mano, those
that's like a million
limbs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I
was like, God damn.
I was wondering how many limbs it costs for Robin to make a clone. Like 100, 200. She never. She hasn't stated.
And in this case, I honestly don't think it's the amount. It's the amount of control that it takes
to do one full body clone.
Yeah.
As opposed to one giant leg.
Yeah, because I mean, really, with one giant leg, she was just doing this. You know what I mean? Like that's really the extent of it.
That shit was knocking niggas out, though.
Yeah,
but when I seen, I was like, she is stomping them.
Right? But that alone, this motion with her feet is probably easier than even just walking as a full like step, heel, toe, like arms, like the balance, the motion, like the whole thing. You know what I mean? So it's just that's how I see it. Like that's me.
No, that makes sense. Because it's not like the clone moves independently. I mean, does it? No. Clearly, she's controlling it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yo, what you think, Stoney?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I would hope it's just her controlling. Because if it's like the clone has their own like consciousness, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I'd rather her just be in control of it.
I mean,
but I guess that'd be cool if they could just do whatever they want to help her. You know what I mean?
What if now hear me out? What if that was her training the whole time? Her being someplace else and sending her clone in to do the geisha shit so that she could learn that level of finite control over her clone, but also, not put herself in the real danger.
That's another thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Why would Oda drop Robin in this situation if she wasn't about to get out this whole scot-free? You know what I mean?
Yeah, only Wabon group is the threat.
Because if she doesn't get out clean, she's getting a huge L. Huge L.
Yeah. There was an image somebody put up in fucking Dustin's Discord where it was just that image, but it had the black logo at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo, that's too much. But
when I seen that, I was like, come on, not Robin. I was like, man, maybe like somebody else, maybe Nami, yeah, but don't do it to Robin. I like Robin.
What the fuck?
He's like, whoa, trust me, do not get him started on Nami.
What the fuck is that? Yo, Stone, you gotta explain yourself with that one.
He's like, he's not gonna let it slide. I should.
I just like Robin more.
Yeah, but he said
that's the only reason.
I said is because you said somebody. You said not Robin, somebody like Nami.
Oh, I meant it's like somebody else. Like, well, Nami's first person that came in mind.
Well, man, all right,
fighting character be in that situation, I guess, to get caught you by people.
Oh man, no, that's bro. Nami did too much work for the Straw Hats and Whole Cake for people to be talking like that, man. Like,
Yeah, dude, we went
that's,
Twitter the other day. I remember.
you don't remember?
No, I said I do remember. Like we went in the other day. That shit was funny.
Oh yeah. I'm about to say, I can lay the feet out, bro. What the fuck? My PlayStation turned this off.
I did want to say, not that I want to start the argument again, but I attribute her like survival pre whatchamacallit, where she was stealing from pirates, more of a feat of intellect than say reflex. But I can't argue that comes into play too. But I'm just saying myself personally, I see it more of a feat of intellect, which I don't think is really.
I saw there was like that one little, like, you watch like Nami's flashback. This is one little montage of her stealing money and running and like sleeping on trash cans and shit. That shit got real.
Yeah, but like, it also showed like the way she handled those fucking buggy pirates and shit. Like that she's more brain than anything else. Like that was smooth. That was smooth as shit.
And I'm trying to figure out what happened to Florian because he did. I mean, well, he's back.
Oh,
I don't know if he's trying to talk to us. Yo, Florian, you're trying to say something. We can't hear you at all, bro. But damn, so it seems like the general consensus is like this chapter. Everybody liked everything up into the Big Mom part. That didn't bother me too much. I was confused. I was like, why is she here? But you know,
I was so mad because literally I was.
You know what got me?
What's up?
What got me was the fact that Lillian fell on the water and her crew didn't fish her out.
Well, most of them are devil fruit users.
Exactly. Like even man, you would think like her crew would all have like Vibra cards. You know what I mean? Like the tracker that has sun, like the track where she is.
She's got a shark son.
That's what I'm saying. This is the only thing that bothered me. She has actual fish. First,
yeah, she got fisherman kids. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't underwater seeing where she go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you don't go to the archipelago.
Trash ass kids. You know what? Never mind. I can understand why. They probably just seen her fall, and it's like, yeah, you better fall, mom, because all the shit she do to them.
It could have been a day they didn't give a fuck about it. They probably really don't. But
they probably was waiting for something like that to happen.
It's just
like, so are we done giving up parts of our life? Are we done doing that? No.
Well, it just confused me because like she is the captain of their crew. So like I just imagine like if Luffy hit the water, like Sanji or Frankie, somebody's going.
Sanji, he automatic get down there.
Yeah, like so fast. So just the fact that Big Mom hit the water, but like keep in mind she washed ashore. That means the only reason Lillian is alive is sea currents.
Think of it this way: Sanji was like hardly a member of the crew at the time they went against Arlong, and look what he did. He damn near died underwater saving Luffy. Like
he held his breath the entire time, man.
Yeah, that was like so fucking impressive.
Man, when I seen that dude hit Sanji, he flew even deep. I was like, God damn, and you still hold your breath, my nigga?
Yeah, when Sanji got out the water, that fight was over, bro. I loved it. I was like, yeah, this is let's get back to Sanji, bro. Man, Sanji's dope, bro. I like this. I like the Rangers. Now, it's not just because I like Sanji and that I like Power Rangers that I like this so much. No, that's actually exactly why I like this. What's going on, Florian?
I'm trying to get my shit to work. Give me a second.
Oh, shit, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now, man.
Oh, not once you mute it.
All right, there we go. Nah, my camera's all my mic is fucked up. I don't know what's up. It happened when I started smoking. But anyways, keep going.
Yeah, it's not just because I like Power Rangers, I like Sanji, I like this raid suit thing, man. This was the moment itself was dope. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like, okay, so when like Page One smacked Sanji like fucking hard, and Sanji got up and was like, bro, I'm not even hurt. I was like, bro, that suit is dope.
Yeah, I like that too. He was like, I'm 30.
Well, that's one thing because, like, you know, Luffy's or Sanji, they've always been able to tank damage, right? I mean, we've seen, if I just go off Sanji alone, he got his ass beat underwater for like 3 minutes. You know, Mr. 2 was stabbing him with fucking putting holes in the wall. You know, Jabra hit him with shotgun, but this nigga didn't come off with a scratch. I was like, that's different. That's different. He didn't even get hurt at all because of the raid suit.
Yeah,
but that hurt a little bit.
A defense boost.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's like a glass cannon, but he's always the one that ends up with something broke.
True.
Like, you know, like, I mean, okay, so does Usopp, but every bone that Usopp's break is a prayer answered to somebody else. Everybody knows this.
Man, Usopp, man. Each time I see something happen to Usopp, he's in the past like, God damn, like, man.
If you're not,
how many times can they break your nose?
Okay, I'll put it this way, Valen. Like, you think like people take that one moment when Oda broke Usopp's nose and he showed it. That's like the only time. Like if Oda doesn't show it, that doesn't mean it's not happening. I think like when Ora's super needs Zoro and the ribs into that building,
They broke. I don't give a fuck. That would have broke anybody but Luffy because he don't have bones made out of breakable shit.
Yeah.
Like,
These bones breaking, bro. Hell,
Zoro's never been hurt like that though.
In the sole of her foot, I never did that shit in my life. When she fought Miss Doublefinger, you know how painful that shit to be for a whole needle to go through the sole of your foot out the top of that bitch.
I mean, shit, you're right. But something that got me the most shocked is that Sanji's black though.
Yeah, bro, black ranger power.
Everybody thought like, would that mean that his how he was supposed to be genetically modified, and since he was the failure, his hair should have been black?
Okay, so no. What I think would have happened was if Sanji would have came out successful, his hair would have been black.
Yeah.
If he would have came out modified at all. But the fact that
his yellow hair is a side effect of his mother. Like
the fact that his hair is blonde, like Judge and his mom, means he's 100% human. That's what I took. That's the reason why all his siblings have different hair color, because they came out modified. But even to that extent, you gotta understand when people do thematic elements in the story. Okay, so he's Invincible 3. He's stealth black, right? We've always seen Sanji occupy that role throughout the series.
Sure.
And whenever he goes off as Mr. Prince and he gets in there, he gets out, he frees everybody, he saves them. He always does that. But not only to that, he's a black Lake Sanji. He's the black sheep of his family. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot going behind what Oda was doing right here. Like he's a smart dude, man.
What's the fuck? No, but like I love the Sanji design though. Like,
bro,
Sanji design is
Shinobi,
clean.
a dead ass ninja.
And then 2, I think page 1 looked like real as shit too. I think a lot of people will gloss over that. Like this is this is the hybrid form that most people are hyping up.
I'm thinking about beef with page 1, and like it's not even it's a personal beef, but it has nothing to do with page. It can't be his fault, but like it's not his. Nothing he can do with a kid. I have an older, and I remember when I was a kid, this older cousin of mine, to give as little detail as possible, I guess. He showed up to this family reunion we're having. He showed everybody his new tattoo, and he got his name tattooed across his chest. And I remember my grandma said, "Boy, why the hell is your name tattooed across your chest? You forgot your name?" And so when I saw page 1, I mean, like, "Boy, why the hell is your name tattooed across your chest? What your name is?"
That's fucking fantastic. Oh my god.
Page 1.
I was like, "What the hell?" This was said page 1. I'm like, "Bro, you know who you are, right?"
Yo, I bet that tattoo's like, all right. I'm stuck to the idea that this is a lady. Like I've dedicated to this idea, so I gotta stick with.
He looks too masculine in his hybrid form. Like,
well, okay, hybrid form of a giant fucking murder dinosaur may be a little masculine. Right? We don't know. Like dinosaurs don't.
Have you never seen Dragon Tales?
I have.
Wasn't that T-Rex from Jurassic Park a female?
Yeah, like there's all sorts of reasons for it, but I think when she shrinks down, she's gonna stuff the bosom into the top of the thing, and page 1's gonna be like a name.
But you know what? Hold on, Valen. For the first time, I might entertain this silly notion.
Yes.
I'm gonna because something Sanji said in the chapter. Sanji was saying like, right now we're up against a Yonko crew. We don't have time for something like pride. Even if it goes against, that's why he didn't want to put the suit on. He's like, I don't got time for that. If this helps us get the situation done, then I need to do this because this isn't a game. So if it came down to Sanji, he had to resolve, okay, I put the suit on, I'm going to fight. But if he finds out, let's say he hits page 1 so hard, page 1 resorts to his or her human form, and it is a female, then Sanji would be. I think he'll be. You think he'll be conflicted with continuing to fight because he just said, "Bro, I got to throw this pride away." You know what I'm saying?
I think he'll run away.
I don't know. Couldn't he sense it? If he can sense a woman crying, couldn't he sense if it was a woman or not? In their presence?
Yeah.
I don't know, because think about how much practice he had for those 2 years. Think about the practice. He has that's why his observation hockey's so good.
Well, even if page 1 isn't a female, what Sanji's saying, like, not to like what like not having sometimes having to let go of your pride to get the job done. If he's confronted with a female, you think he has the resolve to kick him?
I think he's just gonna run away. I mean, he already has the technology to fucking disappear. Yo, he could have just dipped. Honestly, the niggas, Law and Frankie was scot free, and he didn't know where he was.
It's not about that. It's about the town too. Like he's gonna gain a reputation for saving the town.
Wow. Sober mask.
Yeah,
sober mask.
Sober mask.
They gonna make up stories that he has sober. That's why he turns invisible. I was like, one of them kids gonna all have little sober man toys and shit, like Power Ranger toys and shit. I was like, oh, that's gonna be cool. They have like Frankie Megazords. The kids that want to, I'm telling you, man, they gonna have a lot of Straw Hat shit. They gonna have a Frankie fucking Megazord at the end of Wano. They gonna have Sanji action figures, Usopp slingshots.
Oh my god!
I hope they're all gonna have chopper hats.
I might get if they come out with a fucking Vince Vogue 3 figure. I might buy that. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, I might be thinking too deep into this, but what I just thought of is how is the world gonna perceive Luffy at the end of the series? Because Goldie Roger was perceived as a evil pirate still by the world government. But if we were trying to take down the world government and then we're trying to liberate the world from that evil perception, blah blah blah, whatever, we're gonna see Luffy as a hero or not? Because all these islands already individually believe Luffy's their hero and stuff like that.
Well,
they liberate them from whatever power.
I feel like we have to answer this because Luffy himself said, bro. A hero is somebody. If there was a banquet, he would share all his meat. He wants,
but now he is sharing though. So when I seen Luffy share, I was like,
little girl food.
I was like, oh man, he changed big time. When you see Luffy sharing food, I was like, oh shit, real in Wano.
Luffy's always been a good guy though.
I mean, Luffy might just be full of shit. I mean, he's not, but it's also, of course. Because it's one thing to say something because Luffy say I want to keep all the meat for myself. I don't want to share it. If you go back to the start of the series, most, if not every fight Luffy's got in with was unprovoked, and Luffy started it. And he started it because he heard somebody did something he didn't like.
Yeah, Luffy is what and I play D&D. He is what we call chaotic good. He hears, or it's rather chaotic stupid. He hears that somebody did something bad. So he must go do this to them
and beat him up for being bad.
He's got to go.
And that's what I tell people. People don't understand that he's not doing that to save the country. No, saving the country is the byproduct of that. With Luffy in his simple mind, he's like, I don't like that guy. I'm gonna go punch that guy.
Because each time that's when somebody in the crew always say that's the type of person our captain hates the most. You know what I mean? Because they say that over and over throughout the story. When somebody's doing something fucked up. And they say, oh, your captain can't beat this such and so. But the first thing they say is he's not going to lose because that's the type of person my captain hates the most. And that's almost down to every arc.
He doesn't give a shit about saving the day. He just wants to punch the person because he finds them annoying or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
just
like
you with the Celestial Dragon. He didn't do that for the world. He just wanted to punch him. You think he shot?
He shot his friend. That was all it was.
Think about it. If you go back,
Zoro needed to kill Charlos first. Let's be fucking real about that. Straight up would have murdered Charlos.
Yeah.
When I seen that punch, I was like, God.
Yo, actually, what did that make?
Why is his kid still attached?
If it was me, after I hit Charlos, I would have followed up with a Gatling real quick. But that's just
swinging on a Celestial Dragon.
Zoro's gonna kill him.
Anyway,
Zoro's about to lop his head off.
Zoro would have killed him, and then they would have been in more trouble.
If it wasn't for Giovanni, he would have been straight up dead. He thought he was dead already. He's like, oh, wait, oh, I'm not dead? I mean, I know I'm not dead. I'm a Celestial, you know what I mean? But for a second.
I'll see how he shot that bullet. He gonna say,
yeah.
And he looked at the gun. He's like, wait, what?
For the sake of
you missed.
Hold on, guys. For the sake of staying on topic, Sanji mentioned upgrades. What do you guys think he has in store?
That depends on God Usopp.
And Frankie.
I mean, but he's gonna ask Sanji what Sanji wants, just like he does with Nami.
Yeah.
So
all right, shout out to BBD and his idea.
He already has invisibility.
suit.
Unless he wants like X-ray glasses to look through shit too. Like his glasses he have now, they turn them to X-ray so he can see through like.
Here's what we know. So here's what we know. The suit gives him durability boost because he can take more. He can take damage without getting hit. It gives him a defense boost because his cape is a shield. Speed boost because he has thrusters. It boosts his flying even more because he has levitators. What else could he add? Oh, stealth. He has camouflage. What else can he add?
I'm telling you that Frankie Radical Beam.
I honestly think it's going
to be something Sanji would use, though. You know
and it's going to be the fact that the accelerators react with Diablo Jambe. Like I said that shit earlier. It's going to go from like being like up to his knee to being like literally the full length of both legs.
Oh, you know what? So what you're saying is like, because there's no way it could be designed to do this right now, but maybe Sanji's like, yo, Usopp, Frankie, tinker with this thing. So when I see
I see it more like, because we've seen it before. They use air to push out. Like we've seen these things in action. I see it more of the sense of a constant output that like, fans the flames that he already creates to make them stronger and hotter.
But Usopp, okay. So Usopp would change
with that. Right. I don't believe what's it called? Sanji's flames are physical flames.
What?
Yeah, no. The thing is, like,
what did you just say?
It's weird,
my dude.
No, look, check me out. Let me finish. So, I'm a firm believer of all these extra fire powers is just hockey, right? So, when Oda was asked a question a while back, when Sanji first used Diablo Jumbo against Jabra. And then someone asked him, why isn't Sanji's leg burnt after using it?
Heart burns hotter, he said.
No, he said his will burns hotter. That was very careful wording by Oda, to me at least, because hockey is willpower. That's how it was introduced. Like that was the name of it. And in all honesty, there's no way to explain all these extra fancy powers that, you got Red Hawk, Luffy's using fire powers. And you got fucking. I'm assuming that's just a will pass on.
I can make an attempt to explain Red Hawk.
But you have to stretch it. Like what about you got? What's his face? So Katakuri. He had fire powers.
Luffy hardens his fists, right? And so Red Hawk is just it's a jet bullet, right? He's in gear second.
No. All right, you. There's no way for you to explain Red Hawk, especially the first time him using it. He was underwater.
I can explain it. I can explain.
It was underwater. It cannot be a physical flame if it's underwater.
So Red Hawk is just a jet bullet, right? He throws his arm back, he pulls it, snaps, he punches somebody, bam. It's just a jet bullet, but he got hotkey on it. That hotkey, I don't know.
Like,
I always thought about it that like maybe that hotkey added some extra weight to it, that hardness. So when he pulls it in at that speed, it kind of like
it catches.
And it ignites. Yeah, I always just thought about it because think of it kind of like basically. I always consider, just like with Sanji when he's like flying, he's kicking. I just always seen it's kind of like a meteor moving so fast it's burning up. It's all I've ever seen it as.
All right, I respect that. Explain Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Like these people are having even the minks have electrical powers.
Well, he can't. My answer to that is, hold on, for the minks, my answer to that is genetic.
Yeah.
That's genetic.
That's just what they do. You know what I mean? That's just what minks do. As for like the Thor, I mean, I don't know, because look, when you see hockey clash, it sparks. That can all just be friction, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It can just be friction from the weight of the hockey, the hardness of it, or whatever. There were two things, because you rub your hands together, it hits a thing.
In something Oda said that was literally the manifestation of their spirits clashing.
Oh, okay. Why is it electric? Why does it spark like it's?
I think it's just design. I don't know, like that it's electric as in like lightning,
physically electric,
or just
that could be the case because I haven't seen anybody get shocked by it. But as far as like the flames go, like if that was the case. I wouldn't get that because no one was ever said that. You know what I mean? It'll be, and the only reason why I say it'll just be out there. I always just attributed to just speed and friction and whatnot. That's just the only thing. I didn't try to think too much about it. Now, also, it could just be because Oda's like, and then Luffy's gonna punch him with a fire fist.
Oda's like, what's the reason behind? I just want him to do it.
All right. Check me out. Then,
but that makes sense, though, Florian.
Explain, but even with that,
the friction thing is because Oda went out his way the very first time when we seen anything similar to that. When Sanji used Diabo Jambe, he deliberately said, "I'm doing this because of the spinning," and then it heats up my leg.
But
so
when Sanji did Diabo Jambe underwater,
I have to do that way back. That's right. Like
right now, he doesn't need spinning.
No. But see, I'm about to explain it. So like,
fast, we didn't even notice.
So my only thing is like that first time we seen Sanji use Diabo Jambe underwater, he spun around. My only reason for that is because like maybe he was just spinning underwater so fast he still was able to heat his leg. Because if something's hot, it's hot, right? You can be hot and underwater. It's just because so you could have a quenching pipe or something that's just like burning red hot, and you throw it in the water. That heat's not going to go away.
Physically, like, you need oxygen for a fire to burn. You there's no oxygen. Like
no. If Sanji let it spin around fast enough, you create a vacuum and there'll be oxygen. I don't know.
The vacuum is bro. Like, all right, even if I give you that, you can't explain Ashura. Like, there's so many little tidbits in the show that be like, all right, how does he have it? How does he have it?
I believe Ashura is not physically there.
Yeah, it's about
he's moving it
individual sphere.
No. Basically, all what I'm saying is, I firmly believe that like he just scares the shit out you, and you think you're seeing it.
So you think that's like? Are you saying that he has
like coffee?
No, it's just
intimidation.
It just makes more sense.
I don't believe Zoro is actually pulling the tin and just growing extra on. I think it's just like. Only what I said it, and this is going back to the same thing with what I said with the friction thing. And in this lobby, Kaku, I mean, as a character, it's a character statement, but the author makes the character statement. So Kaku was saying, like, what is that, an illusion? So I could other be Oda saying, yeah, this is an illusion. I was like, okay, cool, dope. You know what I mean? Just like when Sanji did the Apple Jelly, like, yeah, I'm doing this because of friction. So like when Sanji underwater, like I said, you could be hot and underwater. Like
things burn underwater a lot. Like it just depends on the temperature.
I just think it's fire.
With fire. Oxygen.
It's not like
half of water is oxygen, more than half.
That's what I'm saying. So I just think
a third.
But you need air to the point where he was able to heat his leg up underwater, and as to why Sanji can use Diabo Jambe without spinning. Like I said, I attribute that to just being, like I said, we already know Sanji got the speed. I just imagine, like, once he skywalk, that he can skywalk with such intensity or such ferocity that his leg just ignites.
All right. So explain.
I like to think he wiggles his toes.
Then nigga been hitting the gym on leg day.
Explain hell memories when he's just chilling and then he's just smoking a cigarette. He throws it away. Be like, all right, now I'm all fire. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't move. He just chilling.
He moves so fast that you didn't even know.
Yeah,
the same exact place.
He wiggled his toes like this.
I'll be willing to give you this one, but since I watch a lot of superhero shows, I learned that the power of vibrating yourself. And
I'm not gonna say he has the speed force. Let's calm down. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking about the Flash. I was like, God damn, he phasing through wall. Sanji, I was like, God damn, Sanji.
You know what would be a really Oda thing?
All these explanations.
Idea is
all these explanations
wiggle the toes.
Work.
Wiggle the toes really fast.
all these explanations could be possible. It could be, but it's far more logical to just say it's hockey. All of it.
Yeah, it is easy just to say it's hockey because I saw telling people the speed force, he might start cussing me out.
Yeah, Sanji has this mystical power that that's never been used before, or like no,
you know what? The way I see it, Florian, we have 4 options. It could be, I was partly serious, but it really could just be like the whole speed thing, and Oda's not thinking too much about it, and that's what he was originally going for. That speed is friction, and friction is heat. And so heat is fire. It could be hockey. Though the only reason why I'm not leaning towards that one is because Oda took a point of time to have Rayleigh explain what hockey is, and he never said, and by the way, you can explode.
Yeah.
It could be, which also we ain't really thinking about, but it very well could be that Sanji probably wasn't defective, and maybe his Germa ability is to fucking catch on fire, and he just doesn't even know that. Because since we've seen Sanji,
that's true too.
if you think about it, since we've seen Sanji in the series, when he fought Pearl, that nigga straight jumped through fire, did a handstand, kicked the nigga. He's like, bro, and his reasoning was so bullshit. He's like, oh, I'm a cook. I'm not afraid of no fire. No, nigga, you still get burned unless your genetic modification didn't fail and you really don't get burned. And you just don't realize I really don't get burned.
Maybe he's a Targaryen.
I would like to say that that's when his hockey started blooming, and that's when his will started becoming hotter than fire. I'm just saying, it just makes too much sense. We have to have an advanced level of armament hockey. Like observation, you could you can see further.
We do have an advanced level of armament hockey.
Yeah,
just what block
making it stronger, harder. Like the defensive capabilities are stronger than the first level. Like you can take more shit or have more offensive.
Well, hold on, my bad, son. But like Florian, people often get this confused. But the black stuff is referred to as armament hardening. That's not base armament hockey. That's armament hardening. Armament hockey is what you would see what Luffy did when Tashigi was in Smoker's body, and he picked up her smoky arm and started swinging her around, and that's armament hockey.
True, but I don't know.
Yeah, so
I think there's something more. I think you should be able to turn that armor into an element.
I know, because even when Rayleigh was describing it, you didn't see Rayleigh's hand turn like black as shit when he stopped the elephant's foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also, on top of that, both Sanji and Tashigi, we've seen them use armament hockey. They've never hardened yet. Sanji, and the thing is, Rayleigh said, people focus on different things. Not everybody has time to become a monster in both armament and observation. Might do a little bit of observation, focus on armament. Might do a little bit of armament, focus on observation. Clearly, Sanji focuses on observation. That's why we haven't seen, this is my guess, that's why we haven't seen Sanji use hardening yet. Probably don't need it. He's like, I can catch on fire, I'm fast as fuck, I don't need to do that. As opposed to Zoro, where he's like, I harden my swords, yeah. And Luffy used a little bit of both. But we haven't seen Tashigi fought Monet use armament hockey the entire fight. Never harden. Hardening is not armament hockey base, but people always confuse it like they are the same thing.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say
I want there to be more than just a armor,
but it's not the base form.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say it's the equivalent of Future Sight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I would say it's definitely not base form because the base form is just the black sword. You know what I mean? Like or the black leg or the black sword or the black fist or whatever. That's just base form.
But even to that extent, I think we're thinking about this two-tiered, two-layered, because with observation hockey alone, I can name different characters right now, and they've all used observation hockey vastly differently from each other.
Oh yeah. There's no one way to do the same thing.
It's clearly like Luffy can get people's true intentions. Like when he was fighting Sanji, he's like, "Bro, so you're completely full of shit. You don't mean anything you're saying, and I can just tell because my observation lets me just tell what you're really thinking." You know,
and
Sanji
can being
also
captain right there. Like he was
Kings.
Huh?
You can hear the Sea Kings.
Yeah, no, that's
he's
the
the voice of all things.
He can hear the true voice. That's how he knew Sanji was full of shit, because Luffy his observation lets him hear the true voice of anything. So Sanji can say, "Oh, get out my face, you're a scum, I'm gonna kick you." And Luffy's like, "No, this dude's lying. Why is he sitting here lying to me like this?" You know what I mean? So that's why he didn't move. That's the only reason why Luffy, because he knew for a fact Sanji was lying. Just like he told when Rayleigh said, "What you gonna do if you run into somebody really strong?" He was like, "It depends on the person." He literally meant that. You know what I mean? I'm not about to fight Sanji back. I know he's lying. I'm just gonna do nothing. Because that's the way you defeat him, essentially, in Luffy's mind. As opposed to Usopp, that nigga can see auras. No one else done that yet. That nigga, I think Fujitora has as well. Usopp and Fujitora, but they can see auras, but no one else has done that.
Y'all remember in Marineford?
Kobe can hear voices like Luffy.
Yeah, Kobe got overwhelmed.
Super Garb training.
Yeah, he got overwhelmed by the amount of shit because his range expanded so fast. Usopp was a focused sniper precision thing, not an absolute global giant thing. Like if it was, and all those fuckers behind him that was literally going to whoop his ass in like 5 minutes, like he would have passed out too. He would have passed out too. Like he would have been overwhelmed, right. Just like
so like what you're going off of, Valum. Maybe Usopp was using haki to focus, and that's how he got the auras. And let's say people like Kobe, they may not be able to do that, but they can spread their observation out wide.
Exactly.
And just get a general sense of feels of things around them. But hold on, but Fujitora was looking at a very wide sense, and he was seeing straight up auras like Usopp.
Well, Fujitora is different. He's blind, and I'm gonna guess he had Haki before he was blind. That's a bold assertment. I understand.
Yeah, because he said he did that to himself. Remember?
Yeah,
So he probably had Haki like for a while, seen some shit. Then
that's kind of, like
cut
you
his
don't
eyes out.
cut your eyes out because of all the horrible shit you've seen without maybe getting some Haki. You know what I mean? So that's my assertion.
Well, the thing about Haki, man, there's just so many things we could keep assuming because like Zoro is the only person to do this, and nobody even brings it up, but. When he cut Pika, the armament he put on his sword was so thick it had an aura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one has done that. No one. But Zoro, and it had
Did it have the aura around it when he was trying to hold back the birdcage? So
no.
It was just black.
So you think if it had the aura around it?
When he used it on Pika, it was pulsating purple with an aura.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, why is that doing that?
I remember him using it on the birdcage, like that same form of armament when he was like trying to push it back and hold it still with everybody.
He didn't use the same
birdcage. And I kept thinking maybe if he did that, maybe he could cut the fucking birdcage.
I was about to say that. You know what I mean?
Because Luffy had to be Doflamingo because Luffy's the main character.
Yeah, like it had.
That's the same reason Fujitora. Bro, I was like, bro, Fujitora, drop some meteors.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's the reason everybody wanted to know why Zoro got
Fuji.
lost while riding a fucking dog. It's because he couldn't be there when Kaido showed up.
I kept saying that.
He could not be there because he would go from 0 to 100 quick, just like he did with Charlos. He doesn't give
I think
a fuck.
It would have shown. I don't
also
think
because we don't want both Luffy and Zoro getting thrown in the cage.
Yeah, just fucking.
No,
I was mad when Zoro said, "How did they get lost?" I was like, "Nigga, y'all was all on the dog, and you gonna say they got lost, my nigga?" I'm like, "Zoro, how'd you fall off the dog and just stand?" You know what I mean? Zoro,
that
nigga be making me laugh when I hear that shit.
If Zoro was actually
he
there,
said they got lost.
If Zoro was actually there, like during that like confrontation, it would have like Oda would have had to shown Zoro go all out, you know,
right?
Like and he doesn't want to do that.
With Kaido's attitude being like, you can just kind of hit me, I don't really care, and then I'm gonna knock you out. Like, you can't give Zoro one. You cannot give Zoro that one. Like straight up and down, he cuts 3,000 universes or whatever the fuck it is. Like, you can't give him that one. He's not gonna fuck around. He's not gonna be like Luffy and fucking use 80% or it's like 50 or whatever. He's not gonna hold back.
Hold on, wait a minute. Luffy came at this nigga with a Kong organ now.
Yeah. When I seen Kaido take that and he just sighed out, he's like,
exactly
like, oh, shit, Luffy, run. I was like, Luffy, run. You're not ready.
I'm not even gonna lie. In that whole sequence, I was like, all right, this ain't doing nothing. But then when he got to the Kong organ, I thought that was the one. Like maybe he felt that one.
I forgot about the Kong organ.
He wasn't even using Haki, like armament to block it. I was like, he's probably just using like regular Haki or none at all. I was like, man, you need to leave Kaido alone. You see this nigga drunk and you just unsobered him?
I think he did that because like
that's why I want to say like he wasn't using Haki to block.
You were disappointed. Why would he be disappointed if he tried to block it? Like, no, he wanted to hit.
Yeah, no. Kaido wants to die, so maybe that's why he sighed. Maybe he was like,
you can't give Zoro's an executioner. He doesn't want to fight people. He wants to get it done. He wants to go have a drink or some shit. So he will go. He goes
the same thing would happen to Zoro. The same thing would happen to Zoro.
Probably, but
I think one of the swords might have got broken.
Yeah,
if he tried to block, one of those swords might have got broken. I wouldn't want to see that.
That's heartbreaking. No, you can't do that to us again.
We all know which sword I'm talking about too. Seeing that one get broke.
Yeah, we see Shisui.
That'd be a hell of a character arc for Zoro.
Yeah, because he needs to get the upgrade version that Luffy had. He kept trying to get him to, he was like, "Yo, just fucking give me."
That made me so mad. Then Luffy threw the fucking chief too. I was like, "Get the fuck out here, Luffy!"
Zoro everybody.
That's what that was. I was so mad at Oda that whole chapter, bro. That shit was not funny to me, bro. The fact that Luffy didn't give Zoro that sword was not fucking funny.
And then he threw the sheet. He didn't even use the sword. He punched when he did that. I was so. You're not even gonna cut. You gonna punch? I'm like, Luffy, if you don't give Zoro this fucking sword back.
Be real for a second. That shit was not funny to me, man. I was getting mad. I was like, well, Luffy,
that shit made me mad.
I'm telling you, Zoro was everybody in that moment. Just give me the fucking sword. You know what I mean?
When I seen him throw it and then punch, I was like, all right, Luffy.
I was like, oh hell no, Luffy. I'm about to
I thought he was gonna do like some cool sword shit, like Rayleigh taught him some shit. I was like, maybe Rayleigh taught him a move or something. He's really good at it. But when I seen that punch, I was like, Luffy, you motherfucker. If you don't get Zoro that fucking sword.
I had a theory about
And
the punch, though.
the thing is the fact that like Zoro asked him like 2 times for the sword. And Luffy was like, bro,
Like when Zoro sensed that shit, he looked at the motherfucker. He's like, oh.
Bro, that at one point, there's like, no, Luffy, seriously, let me hold that bitch.
Right? Let me just hold it for a minute. Let me just.
It became a seinen for like 5 minutes, like motherfucker, Luffy, give it. I was like, oh damn. Just give it.
So Lin got no memories, y'all.
Yeah, I hope that's pudding. I hope she's what I think she is, and she's that tactical nuke in a suitcase. But
how would you feel? Because they keep saying that like she's might help the Straw Hats. How would you feel? How would all y'all feel about that?
I wouldn't care because I called that. I thought that was gonna happen in the whole case. And the only reason why I say this is because the fact that she's with Chopper. I was been saying like, if
because he's more compassionate one out of all the Straw Hats.
Not like, just that, but
Big Mom has a literal sickness. Like she has a mental and eating disorder. But like, if she's sick and Chopper's a doctor, I bet thought Chopper was gonna link up with her at some, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's fine.
But the fact that Chopper's the one who found her, I'm like, I kind of, I kind of foreseen this, but I'm not sure. I don't know where it's going. She can remember next chapter. She'll be like, oh wait, I'm Big Mom.
You think they're gonna bond real good?
It's going. What's going to happen is because the Beast Pirates are on site for Big Mom, absolutely without question, on fucking site. You know what I mean? And they're going to attack her when they. Any Beast Pirate, they know who the fuck Big Mom is. Are you out of your mind?
Exactly. They know who the fuck Big Mom is.
And fucking Chopper's gonna end up protecting her, or she's
no. Like what I'm saying is like that mentality. If you tell me, I don't care who you are, you tell me attack Big Mom on site, I'm telling you go fuck yourself.
We're already doing it. Like
who about the oh hey Big Mom, let me attack you now.
Like some fodder tier dude from the Beast Pirates come up. I was like, nigga, who are you? Like, come on, man. Like, even without memory, you're not a memory.
All right. Like they know Luffy's fucking on that level. They still went after Luffy. Like,
keep in mind, even though she doesn't remember who she is, she still is nigh indestructible, really strong as a devil fruit.
Yeah, she might accidentally use that motherfucker to like ripping out cells and shit, because you only have to fear her for the take. You know what I mean? She could accidentally do that to a lot of people.
All right.
That'd be crazy if she do that.
I don't know. I don't want Big Mom to help out the Straw Hats. It kind of feels like a cop out.
Yeah, especially if they like have to fight her later on, and for her to help them. I don't know.
See, I'm torn.
It made me feel some type of way.
Part of me wants it for a selfish reason, which is because Joy Boy called it, and if he gets to be that correct and celebrate a W, then I've been right since I showed up on YouTube. So I kind of want that W.
You called Big Mom teaming up?
No. I've called like a whole bunch of shit since I started up about Wano. Like, I said that I thought the setup and the way it was playing out was different than we'd normally see. So I thought it would be set up like a movie, and it turns out it's set up like a kabuki play, which a lot of which have been turned into movies. So that's a W. I called Sanji's raid suit. I got to go back because I get kind of high and talk at the camera.
Yeah, no, I 100% resonate with you on that one.
Yeah, all right. So I got to go back, but I'm going to count my W's if he gets to count this W, because I'm prophetic up in this bitch, apparently.
Do you guys think this fight's over next chapter?
Yes, most definitely. Sanji has to finish because the thing is, Sanji said it was a short fight.
The question is, here's the thing. I agree with you. If the fight's over in that chapter, that's good, especially for Sanji, because that's what he wants. But now that I kind of seen suit, I want the fight to last a little long. But I know it can't, because Drake and Hawkins go up, and you know what I mean. Like, but I kind of do.
Man, at least like next week, like the first couple of pages.
Yeah,
you want to be over?
That's fine.
Hold on.
At least show me like parts of it. Don't just like off screen like we turn back and it's already done. I didn't see nothing. You know what I mean?
That could happen because the last thing
I know that's what scared me.
You know what I'm saying? Last time we seen Sanji's about to hit that nigga with a concussor. Actually, he did hit him with that concussor. He did.
Hey.
We started in the background from the distance. That nigga did get hit with that concussor. If he gets up again, I'm gonna reevaluate how I feel about fucking page 1. Because that nigga Sanji was high. That nigga was a dot in the sky.
Yeah.
But then again, Sanji
blasted off again.
Here's the thing. I will say however long this fight lasts, I feel like Sanji needs to, even though he's using the raid suit, he should complete this fight without using the I feel like.
Oh shit. No, but I agree with that. I like the raid suit. He needs to finish it like next round.
He needs to finish it without using Diablo Jambe though. That's how I feel.
Really? Shit. I think Sanji has stronger moves than Hell Memories though. I don't know about y'all, but like some people, I've seen some people say like, oh no, we've seen Sanji go all out already.
No, bro, we haven't seen Zoro or Sanji do anything yet.
Exactly, but shit. I'm gonna call it right now. If I get this dub about the hockey thing, I'm calling it. Just saying, this is my idea. Like
it's got to be friction, man.
Nah, it's gonna be hockey. It's gonna be, but what's it called?
Because then what? Then not is 4 types of hockey now.
You know, like for Sanji,
No, I'm saying it's a part of ornament.
Part of armament.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a part of ornament. Yeah, that it can transform into shit like whatever your spirit, your will is, your will manifestation. That's what like, because like there's colored hockey, you know. So and then like, all right, what's even further than that? Because we got all right. Say Shanks, right? Shanks is confirmed to not have a devil fruit. That means his hockey has to be so good that he could be like, what's it called? Sparring with Kaido and Linlin and all that shit. I don't think it's just your pure strength, because I think what's it called? Kaido has the biggest strength out of all of them.
Well, we don't know that.
He has that hockey arm.
We don't a hockey arm? No, man.
You don't think that? All right. Just make sure, because I seen that before. They said that he can make an arm of hockey. I was like, all right, that's wild.
Actually, I'm with that, because I kind of think that Kaido created his club out of sheer hockey, because he didn't have it before and he didn't have it after.
But a lot of weapons like that. Where does the sword that King had when he was like flying? Where did that sword go? And plus, he was in his own transformation.
Hold on. You lose me on that, because unless you're trying to say these guys are hardening air.
No, it's generating their sheer. The way I see it is generating their sheer will into their hand into pure form.
Yeah,
Luffy can make one of those fucking pipes that him and Sabo Ace be using. Just
that pipe. The pipe.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's kind of weird, man. I don't know.
Well, One Piece is weird. Come on, man.
That would be
Booger Bomber. What are you talking about? One Piece is weird.
No, but for me, that would be the point where I'm just like, what niggas making whole arms out of like that would hit the point where I'm like, all right, no, you losing me, Oda.
I don't.
That would be it. That would be when I start getting lost. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. That's like Kuzan, and here's my hockey leg, and I'm like, what?
It would be easier for him to generate the ice rather than the hockey at this point. You know what I mean? Like that is, I'm saying that's next level. It's not like Shanks walks around with his second arm.
Maybe it takes up a lot of energy to maintain your hockey arm.
Yeah.
Luffy has a time limit on your arm.
Hockey arm, bro. This is the first I've heard of that, and I hope I never hear it again.
I hope I never.
Dog, you're not seeing him.
I got more ideas.
No. That hockey arm is, to me, is worse than people talk about some Zoro's gonna open up his eye and have a hawk eye.
What? That's the dumbest shit ever. Like, you can't put that on that level. No, that's not fair.
Everybody knows it's the fucking Renegon. I don't see why you act like it's not.
He's gonna open his eye and have one of Mihawk's eyes, and he's gonna
rip off his whole face and be Orochimaru.
Like this man, he's probably hiding something under that eye, like,
or his eye is cut.
I mean, that's a possibility.
That's like it is, but that's such a letdown.
That'd be funny if that's all it just is. This is eye cut. You know how many people and Zoro fans that's gonna just destroy and piss off in a series that eye was just cut the whole time.
That's yeah. Like I'm hoping for something more. You know.
You want him to open his eye, have a Hawkeye?
No, not a Hawkeye, but like something to do with hockey, probably. Like he's suppressing his hockey in that eye or some shit. I don't know.
Hockey arm, hockey eye, hockey club.
No, I'm saying like when he opens his eyes, it's like a limited removal, and then like he could go all
like
out for
saving up hockey in the eye, like he can potty or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. Hopefully,
he just have a super. That'd be crazy.
Yo, I think there's so much.
Because I started thinking about hockey, I'm like, nah,
hockey eye.
Because I'll start saying more wild stuff like how Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho was making those fucking swords.
Hold on, Florian. Man, we literally know what hockey is. What do you mean we don't know much about hockey?
No, we just started we're learning. That's the thing. Ever since we got a new world, we were saying that hockey is like, the end all. You have to go in the new world with hockey if you want to survive like that. So we just got introduced to, all right, in the very beginning of the time skip, we got, all right, there's hardening. That was, I think, in Fishman Island we got that. And then
Future Sight later in Whole Cake.
And then you got, if you want to argue that that girl that could see the future, and on Fishman Island, that could be her hockey, because you have Katakuri only can do it for 3 seconds, but she only can do a random time into the future.
I just thought she had a weird ass ability to see into the future.
But yeah, but a lot of that we're just gonna have to be like, all right, that could just sweep under the rug and say, all right, they just have the ability.
That is, because I feel like, to what extent would Oda introduce something and just forget to tell you what the fuck is happening unless it wasn't important? You know what I mean? Like Luffy's arm's on fire. Just roll with it. Oh, Luffy kicked you with lightning. Just roll with it. I think there's some things where he's just saying like, fuck it.
No, I think he puts too much. He puts too much effort into this for that just to be just swept under the rug like that. Like even when we got to Dressrosa, we got Usopp now could see further. That's his observation hockey. And then you have Katakuri that he sees a couple seconds in the future. That's his observation hockey. And there's so much.
Don't forget about Nails. And Nails, his shit was fucking dope too.
Exactly. Like Luffy said himself, right before he went back into the mirror cage after using Gear Force once, he said, I still need to learn a lot more about hockey. I'm still not good at this.
Because that's what really
it has to be a whole new system.
Like, dude, I could teach you how to use hockey until the cows go home, but if you go out and start using it against people, it's never going to truly improve.
That's when you actually start mastering it, because he knows about it, and he's like, we see his levels at like intermediary, like where Luffy's at, because he's like a little more than a beginner.
Yeah, no. Luffy's what you would call the literal term. Luffy is adept at using hockey. He knows what it is. He knows how to use it. He knows how to use it whenever he wants to. He knows how to apply it in practice. But he's not a novice. But he's not an expert at hockey because he hasn't been using it for years on. He hasn't been using it for years on end like Katakuri and Doflamingo. You know what I mean? He's just been. He knows
how. An innate ability with hockey though, like that's been mentioned.
Yeah, well, the Conqueror.
Well,
Conqueror's hockey.
Yeah. But that's the form of Conqueror's hockey. You can't even count that one because anybody can learn observational armament. You literally have to be born using Conqueror.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that is true. That was stated.
Like because Ace had Conqueror's hockey, but didn't have the other two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you literally have to learn how to develop observational armament. Like with Conquerors, either you have it or you don't. But,
yeah.
You can have Conquerors and not have the other two like Ace and just be like.
No, I bet Ace had them. It just Oda didn't show it for some reason.
Well, there's a difference between having something like unlocked and being able to practically use something. You know what I mean? Like, because
Oda said he has Conquerors, but we don't know if he was adept at using it. You know what I mean?
No, he could.
We don't know if Ace was like just knocking niggas out with Conqueror. No, they showed Ace using Conqueror's hockey before in the manga.
Yeah, no, when he was a child. I'm talking about 20-year-old Ace that died.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know he has, but he can't like use and control it.
Yeah, it's between having something and being able to just use it at will. It's two different things. Like, even if Ace.
But you would think he would though, like being on the Yonko's crew, like Whitebeard. You'd think that like somebody would have taught him, gave him a little bit of knowledge on. You know what I mean?
But my only thing to that is just, where is the time? Like, okay, he was a pirate for 3 years. Well, first year he was by himself. The second year he
probably just
Whitebeard, but he half that year or whatever he was trying to kill Whitebeard. He hung out with the Whitebeard parents for a while, and then for the last year he was chasing Teach on the Grand Line. Then he died.
That is true. You think somebody would have? I don't know, cause I don't know. It makes me think because Danny went to Wano too.
And I think
it's weird because you go to Wano.
Kaido's I don't know how long it takes, but like Luffy, Zoro, signed. It took them 2 years of dedicated training to come back with Haki on lock. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's true.
Like we just don't.
Zoro was fighting them monkeys all the time.
Man, when I seen those baboons, all those weapons, I was like, God damn! I was
Right?
like,
I was
like
oh, he's
Mihawk,
got out.
Mihawk took the time to actually teach Zoro what ornament hockey is. That's confirmed. Like we saw the
Oh,
flashback.
that's a fact. Like Mihawk's the actual teacher, not just a facilitator, which is different.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rayleigh said that. No, not Rayleigh. Luffy said that. Rayleigh only taught him the basics.
yeah,
You know?
he's a
No,
facilitator.
Rayleigh taught him enough to. Rayleigh stayed with Luffy for what was it like a year?
A
Or was it
year.
about
Yeah,
6 months?
it was a year.
I thought it was
he
a year and a half, and then he had the last 6 months to like do more training for
He
his like.
so basically,
yeah,
we could assume it took Rayleigh like a year and a half to pretty much teach him how to get to use whenever he wanted to. He's like, all right, Luffy, now survive for a month. I mean, 6 months. I'll come back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something like
Yeah,
that.
whatever the time frame.
I mean, the time skip was 2.5 years. I think he trained with Luffy for a year, and the next year and a half he developed Gear 4 and stuff. And
Well, according to this, even though it was in episode filler, but according to this latest episode, he showed Rayleigh what Gear 4 look like. I mean, who knows? But I mean, we can't really know exactly what they did for those 3 years. We just know it.
They had more flashbacks to him talking to him about Gear 4 and like the abilities and shit. Remember in the first fight with Cracker? No.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
did he
yeah,
talk to
yeah,
him about Gear 4 with? What fight was that?
No, that was against Cracker. Yeah, that was. Yeah. The Rayleigh flashbacks.
Rayleigh,
Ah,
he had a flashback for.
Yo, guys, how
No,
long?
with Don Flamingo. That was the flashback. With a King Kong gun. Yeah.
Oh, so that was Dofi?
Yeah. Wait, that was for the King Kong gun. When he acts like, oh,
Oh,
this
because
is
he
how
needs
you're gonna
something
be
bigger
fighting.
to hit
Yeah.
the. All right, yeah, now I remember.
I didn't really was like, yo, you're reckless. But I don't know. Ashura has to be explained.
Oh
Like-
shit! Hold on, yo, guys. So KOL is about to start streaming. I'm about to go watch out.
Okay, who?
King of Lightning. He's streaming right now. I'm about to
Oh,
go.
true. Yeah, I need to see his reaction for the Sanji. shit.
Yeah. I gotta watch
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to end this one right here, bro. Thank you guys for coming through, just chatting.
Of course.
Welcome,
Of
chat.
course.
It was dope.
Yeah,
can't wait to
I
the-
appreciate it always. I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Hell no. Yeah. You gonna Stony? We about to head out, man.
All right, let me get closing statements.
Sure, go for it.
All right.
Hey.
I think one of the things everybody has to agree on is the latest chapter had a lot of fun in it.
Yeah.
The raid suits, the Super Sentai, the memory boss, these are all large tropes in many anime and manga that are pretty much unavoidable if you have something running for as long as One Piece has. You don't have to like it, but as I said earlier, One Piece is always going to be whatever it's going to be, regardless of whether you like it or not.
True.
Also, Sanji's a motherfucking Power Ranger. You don't like that.
that part of school, it's just the last part of the chapter irritated me.
Sanji's a motherfucking Power Ranger up in this bitch.
Like
Anyway.
That we pray our girl Robin makes it out of it.
Right?
Yeah. Let's hope Robin don't get blacked.
Prayers out for
Right?
Robin.
Like, let's pray she gets out of the situation all holes intact.
Let's just hope that's a clone.
Right?
Like-
Like,
All right, man. It's your boy, Sophus, Hell Hydra. Thank you guys for coming through.
Of course.